Everybody, we are live. It is Sensei Chat, March 19th. Yes, it is 11:30 here in Honolulu, which means it is time for Sensei Chat. We have so much to go over today. We are live in the Cryptonairz Discord. Let me share my screen for all of the folks that are joining us inside of Cryptonairz. A lot of really good stuff floating around the community today. Thank you so much. I know some of you jumped on Extremeverse with me. If you did, make sure that you're staking your NFTs if you are going to do this long term. As you can see, I have 31 NFTs staked here. This is like, 25 grand worth, nothing too crazy. But up on the position since we got in, and I'm getting these points here. I think these points are for airdrops and stuff like that later on. As you can see, I am 33 on the leaderboard. So we'll see how all of this stuff turns out. Excited to see the long-term strength of that. And I just wanted to thank everybody who left a comment. We have 46 5-star reviews on WAP. So I just want to appreciate everyone that's in the community that makes this community special, who shares information, who shows up daily and grinds this crypto information and knowledge with all of us. It's been an honor and a privilege to learn and grow alongside of these last 3 years. Yes, we will be here for 3 years in April. So, all right. So when you take a look around, we're gonna talk about Solana, Bitcoin. We're going to talk briefly about the stock market, economy. There's some stuff floating around on 3 or 4 different projects I want to talk to you about, updates on several different things that we're in. A lot of stuff in this Sensei Chat. So buckle up, get ready, let's get into it. So when you look around and people are investing hundreds of millions of dollars into meme coins and the hysteria is crazy, that is a good sign that you need to take a deep breath and look around and maybe realize that the fear and greed is just too high in the market, right? I think we reached high in the 90s over the weekend, and it was just insane what I was seeing. It was purely insane. And so I got a little bit concerned, to be honest with you, and we're going to talk about some stuff about NoChill here in just a second. Just meme coins in general, right? You just need to take a deep breath and understand that any meme coin that you get into, there really isn't anything but community pushing that meme coin. And a strategy that I have used in the previous sessions for meme coins, which I have found that works very well, is when you get into a meme coin right away, I would recommend, not chasing green candles. God knows if you chase something that's already up 50, 100 million, that you probably are not going to get too far on that. I saw people just chasing crazy stuff over the weekend. Take some deep breaths and understand that there's always going to be another meme coin. And, chasing green candles is how I've lost tens of thousands of dollars in the crypto market, and I just don't do it anymore. I've kind of trained myself to say there's just going to be another one, okay? But we just saw just an insane amount of money. And Zach XBT put this out. I was interested to see how much Solana was being sent as a result of the pre-sale. Meta calculated 655,000 SOL, $122 million raised from 27 pre-sales in the past few days / weeks, right? Just insane. And I'll be honest with you, I was trying to get into one of these pre-sales, and I thought I did get into one of these pre-sales. And I was late to the party. Actually, we got into Satoshi's mom, I think. I just got my tokens too late to really kind of capitalize on it. But there was another one that I tried to get into, and I was 29 minutes too late. But I didn't realize it was said to open 24 hours. Of course, it got filled up within an hour, and I was 29 minutes too late. But I didn't know I was 29 minutes too late until that night where we're supposed to get the tokens, and the project was up to 200 million. This was like NAP or Snap or whatever it was. And I was like, man, the tokens are coming. I'm going to make this money. And it never came. And somebody in the community helped me realize that I had, oh no, that can't be the same one. No, this can't definitely be the same one. I sent the funds in too late, and I had missed out on that opportunity. So, there's always going to be on the pre-sale, but when you see that much money, is it NAP or Snap? Could be Snap. When there's that much money going into 30 million. Yeah, this thing ran up. Let me show you this. This is insane, okay? This thing ran up to 200 and something million dollars, okay? And it's back down 88% just in 3 days, okay? This is meme coins, okay? You want to be cashing out in this hysteria right here, because if you hold the token, you are going to ride that token down to the abyss, okay? And nothing's going to bring that price point back unless the community really rallies around that project, because there's no tech involved in meme coins. It's just the community. Okay, so you take your profits early and you run. Sure, you can leave a bag, like a moon bag there, but I am always looking to get in and ride out. Unless like the token is already launched, we're in this phase, and somebody has some like inside information that, you know, a special team is coming to work on it, or, you know, there's some exchange listings that might bring more interest like that. That's another time that I would just kind of hop back in with a few, like, you know, Solana, maybe $1,000 or $500, and, you know, cross my fingers. But, you know, when you go from 200 million down to 30 million, that hurts. And you've lost all of your money if you chase that green candle up. Okay. So just be smart about it. All right. And you know, we'll talk about NoChill in just a second, but as you can see, Solana broke worldwide interest on Google. That is one of the most now things people are taking a look at now. It's the Solana ecosystem. If you were in Cryptonairz months ago, we were calling Solana under $20. Okay. Right now, I'd have to take a look and see where Solana is at. Let me just take a look real quick. Let me see. Solana's at $172, but this thing topped out over the weekend above 200. Let me just show you this real quick here. We reached 211, right? So this would have been a 10x for you if you would have been in the community, got that information. And this is, you know, 10x is a 10x is 1,000% gain, right? You don't really have these type of gains in regular markets. So geez, even 100% gain in a year, let alone a couple days or a month, is a huge gain, right? And I had to you know, bring myself back down, you know, when it came to NoChill today, and I'll tell you what I did, and I'll show you some interesting information I found on NoChill. Nothing like bad, nothing bad, but I had over 100 grand in a meme coin, and I was like, well, what am I doing? Like, I rode this thing up. I'm up 12x on this meme coin, right? We looked at this months ago at under $3 million in Sensei chat. Just one of these chats that you're joining live right now. And we rode this thing up. And I was up, you know, 13x on my money. Okay. This thing's at $34 million. So we had a huge, nice gain. Okay. And, this is actually kind of me selling here. This is me taking one of my positions out. Me just kind of taking some money off to the side. I took out 40 grand of my $110,000 that I had. Like, I invested maybe 8 or 10 grand into this, and it just built itself up into this, you know, 6-figure number. And I was just like, well, what do I need to do now to double up my money? I need to get to, you know, 80 million, right? To really kind of double up again. You know, that's kind of how I had the mindset, right? And I was just like, well, maybe there's going to be other opportunities that are going to be in the space that I could use this money for right now. That could do better gains than that. You know, could NoChill in this bull market go past 100 million? Sure, it could. But do I really want to have 6 figures invested in a community coin where I have no control really of technology or anything like that? I had to just reevaluate my position today, which I did, and I'll talk to you just in just a second here. But just crazy stuff, right? Solana seems Solana has flipped Ethereum worldwide in Google search interest, right? So, you know, here is Ethereum in red, and here is Solana in blue. So people are more interested. The reason for this is it's cheaper to launch a project and transact on Solana, right? They can handle more transactions, volume, everything is easier on Solana. And so you get a lot of these meme coin projects that are launched because some of these scammers, you know, 99.9% of meme coins that are launched are by scammers. Okay. Just either that or they go to nothing. Just 99.9%. Very rarely do you get that lottery ticket meme coin. Okay. And you know, I think when you have just hysteria in the market, like we saw over the weekend, it's time to kind of reevaluate where your positions are, right? And Mert is a developer. He says, I've changed my mind. Ethereum is absolutely perfect the way she is. Never should have changed it, right? There's, you know, this is kind of Ethereum devs and Solana devs kind of going back and forth at each other. But it's way cheaper to transact and do things on Solana. That is why all of these meme coins are going to Solana and not Ethereum. And at the end of the day, when you're still paying, you know, $50, $60, $100 to transact on Ethereum, it's not a network that is going to be used in the future if if these fees remain that they are. I know that a lot of stuff's built on Ethereum, but I'm talking about like over the next 10 years, when you can transact for pennies on another network, why would you use the network that's $100, right? When you're a developer. And people are kind of forced to use Ethereum for a lot of things now because, it's kind of the OG in the space. But, I just think there's layer, that's why Ethereum has these layer 2s. And it's another conversation, but Ethereum did 14 million in fees yesterday, and this is March 17th, just so you know. Solana did 4 million. That's 3.5 difference. Exactly 1 month ago, this was 7 million versus 300K. That's a 17 times difference, right? So you can see the adoption of Solana has been insane. A few months ago, when we were getting into Solana at, $20, I told you that I think Solana could run up to $500-$600 in this cycle, and I still believe that because of what you're seeing take place here. And this is a good placeholder when you go back in time 3 or 4 months when we were having this conversation about Solana, what we were talking about there. Now you can see kind of what we were talking about and why that was going to run up so hard. Okay. And this is talking about the scale Solana operates as a marvel engineering. Yeah, I mean, when you talk about daily transaction, it's pretty insane compared to the red is optimism. Solana is, of course, the one in green. Ethereum is the one in gray. Base is the one in blue, and Arbitrum is the one in blue. So you basically have Ethereum, which is in gray, and you have layer 2s on Ethereum, which are the other colors, and this is Solana in green. That's just kind of how Solana's made, right? And you're going to continue to kind of see this. Let's kind of shift gears a little bit. We've talked about kind of the Solana and meme coin craze. There's a lot of other great technologies, and we've talked about almost all of this inside of Cryptonairz over the last few months. And I told you as we were coming into these kind of May months that Ethereum could see an ETF being approved, and if so, layer 2s on Ethereum are really going to be the place that you're going to see a lot of growth. And I think that we've seen that, right? And we'll have to see how the cards play out. The SEC is going to have to approve that ETF at the end of the day. So we'll have to see what the SEC wants to do. But at the end of the day, I still think layer 2s are a good place to have a store of value that a lot of stuff's being built out on. With Ethereum, I wouldn't go ahead and just invest into Ethereum. I'd look and see if there's any other situations that maybe you're going to get more bang for your buck buying one Ethereum at 3,500 or buying I don't even know what the conversion is for Arbitrum or Linear or some Base, some of these other ones, but. As you can see, Solana is still kind of king in the front here. But anyways, let's keep it moving forward here. When we talk about corrections, guys, I know when we see a 20% correction or 15% correction, like we, oh my God, that's insane. But when you look at past cycles, like here's 2017. You get a 41% correction, a 38, 29, 34, 41, 40, and 27, right? These corrections of 15, 20% are kind of nothing compared to past cycles. Here is a past cycle when it comes to 2021. You had a 21, 17, 31, 26, 55, and a 25. Excuse me. Now, you might not see these huge, 55, right? Because you do have these ETFs that are just coming in and buying Bitcoin back up. But you are going to see some drops, and it's a place for you to take some notice of where your money is and what you're investing in and what you're doing, and see if there's other opportunities in the space, especially when we're on a huge dip like we are right now. Is there something else that you could be kind of getting into, right? Is there any other projects? Like if you look in the past 7 days here, there's some stuff that's down a ton, right? You have Injective down 28%, $36. IMX is at 267, down 26% for the week, right? Is there other opportunities? Optimism down 24% here. Filecoin 23%. So this is just looking at the top 100, right? There's obviously way more tokens that coin market cap changes, but just trying to make the point here that there is other things that you could be looking at. All right. Alex Becker put this out. A market cap of both AI and gaming can easily get into 100 to 120 billion in the next year, a 3 to 4x from here. There is countless 20 to 30x coins to make that run up from 10 to 30 million to 300 to 1 billion. We will see multiple 40% pullbacks and boring periods, chill, do nothing, right? And he's got the right mindset, right? If you're invested in actual real assets that, you know, have future value and the technology is built and, you know, the team is doing a great job and we're on a pullback, take deep breaths, right? And, you know, if you didn't get a chance to kind of cash out before the pullback happened, if you're not constantly looking at charts, take a deep breath, maybe do some you know, talking with your financial advisor, because obviously I'm not one of those. But you know, now's a good time to understand, you know, how far we might pull back to, and, you know, is it a good time to buy the dip? Because if you truly believe that we're in a bull market, excuse me, and that we're going to continue to be in a bull market for the next, you know, several months or whatever the time period is, you know, it's still truly the beginning of where we're going here, right? As you can see, right, there's a lot of debt, right? And this is kind of what does scare me. The retail trader or the retail person is heavily in debt. This is I think the U.S., $1.1 trillion in credit card debt. U.S. aggregated credit card balance, right? So this is just credit cards, which is insane. Over $1 trillion in credit card debt. And this is why a lot of you know, people are going to Bitcoin because they don't trust the current financial system. Bitcoin Magazine put this out. 30 billion RIA platform Carson Group vice president. We're seeing advisors allocate 3.5% of client households to spot Bitcoin.
Grant, I want to talk a little bit about the timeline here.
Hold on, let me change something here. All right, that should be good.
Grant, I want to talk a little bit about the timeline here. Of course, you onboarded these ETFs about a month or so after they launched, a little more than a month after. Is that unusually quick when it comes to brand new ETFs?
It is. In this case, we wanted to act quickly. We have a due diligence committee that meets every week. We meet as an investment team 3 times a week. And so we felt we were in a place to be nimble and allow our advisors to get access to these products as soon as we could, but also do the proper thorough due diligence on the underlying. And so we were able to get them out about a month after launch, which gave us a good amount of time to kind of get a read of where product and asset flows are going to go. And we've seen interest. To Eric's question, we have seen a handful of advisors allocate on average 3.5% to client households. Of course, that's an average with a range and generally in more aggressive accounts. And we over-communicated that aspect of things as well, trying to communicate with clients about what these products actually are and also how to use them in portfolios appropriately.
So for those investors interested in the Bitcoin ETFs that you offer, are they deploying new funds or are they cashing out of other assets on your platform to raise funds to buy the Bitcoin ETFs?
Great question. To the extent we can tell, it's usually coming out of an already allocated portion of their stock side of the house. So usually a growth allocation or more aggressive all equity exposure is what we're seeing move into the Bitcoin specific allocation, again, at a small weight, sub 5%, which is right on where we've been kind of preaching to advisors. So we aren't necessarily seeing new money that wasn't in the market go into Bitcoin, but we are seeing that kind of aggressive portion of the allocation rotate over to keep risk lined up.
So what he's saying here is you're seeing money that's invested in other kind of maybe stocks or products that have been sold to go into the Bitcoin ETF or reprogrammed. I can't remember the exact word he used there, but reallocated to Bitcoin, right? So this tells us that retail really isn't here yet. It tells us that some institutions are really not buying Bitcoin yet. This is kind of people just shifting money around, right? From one asset that they don't think is going to do quite as well to Bitcoin where they think is going to have a nice run, right? So that's some interesting information. It's good to have, right? Where we kind of are right now. And the Wolf of Wall Street says, my charting strategy on corrections and pumps is very simple and clear. Wait for RSI to be oversold or overbought, then look at divergences. We had the bear divs all over the chart at the local top, and now we are looking for divs at the bottom, 4 hour almost oversold. So RSI stands for Relative Strength Index and is one of the most popular tools for measuring short-term momentum of the market, right? So you can actually go into, trading view, excuse me, I use DEX tools too much. You can click on, I'm not a charting, indicators, and click RSI and add this to the chart, Relative Strength Index. And you can kind of see, where this line is here. And we got into this little area here where you didn't have people little interest in buying, right? And so we're gonna have to see what happens with Bitcoin right now. It did have a top and we came back down here. And so we're retesting some levels. We do have 3 different TA chart specialists in the Cryptonairz community. So I am not your technical guru. There's a lot of other community members who are way better at charting than I am. And so I'll leave it to them to really tell you where Bitcoin's going to be heading from here. But it does feel like there might be some, we're a few weeks away from the halving. And in this period, in past cycles, usually there is a big dip that happens, and that's what some people are thinking that we're heading, that's what we're in right now, and Bitcoin could go even lower, maybe into the, lower 60s, even to the 50s, excuse me. I know JP, I think, said 51 or 55 was his number. And so, there is, this could happen, right? We do have the ETF this time, so it's really hard to know how much, if Bitcoin does go down to these prices, how much interest will be from institutions or these big players that have ETFs that will be buying that back up. But we could take an even bigger dip here, and so I'm keeping a close eye on what's happening right now. And people, if this is your first round in crypto and you saw this dip happen, you probably were freaked out a bit, right? And I was too when I first got here. And I can tell you that, seeing dips now, I see them not as, man, I just lost some money. I see them more as opportunities, right? And that's like a mind shift that you have by being in the space for some time and, having experience. But, it's totally up to you what you want to do. I would advise you to speak with somebody that maybe has a little bit more financial advice knowledge in crypto. If you do speak with a financial advisor, obviously, if they don't have any crypto knowledge, it's very difficult to speak to that person, because it's kind of like talking to a family member about, XRP or Bitcoin or something, and they're just totally lost at the Christmas table or something, right? So there are a lot of financial advisors that are starting to get smarter about crypto. So go speak with one of those about what maybe you should do and invest in. Cryptonairz, sometimes people ask, like, what is Cryptonairz? Cryptonairz is a group of hundreds of individuals that are really bullish about crypto and that are going out and are looking for opportunity. So literally you have hundreds of people that have gone out and are looking for the next big opportunity in crypto. And when you have that many people looking for opportunities in the blockchain space, you find opportunities in the blockchain space. And just a big shout out to the members that show up every day and put that hard work in. So thank you for making the community great. But just talking about dips here, right? Won't be the last time. Definitely won't be the last time. So just understand that, we could go down a little bit lower here, and don't hit the panic button. Why isn't Vanguard offering Bitcoin? Good question.
To see some of the big brokers, I think Vanguard was one of them, basically not allow their customers to buy this Bitcoin ETF. Do you believe it was really because of their regular compliance procedures? There needs to be X months of track record, or do you believe there was something else that a lot of these big financial institutions decided literally not to allow their clients to actually get Bitcoin exposure via the Bitcoin ETF?
It's an interesting case. So Vanguard was not the only one. I think Merrill was quoted as doing the same thing. UBS was quoted as doing the same thing. In the meantime, UBS was an AP as well. So the kind of the logic of that was kind of beyond my understanding. But, I think this kind of, the Vanguard case was very clear. I think the bank, we don't know. Vanguard, I think the statement was made very, very early on, and it was very, very clear. And people were like, okay, we don't want to support it, and we will not support it. Eventually, people will vote with their feet. You can't, some people, you're in Dubai this day, Henry, so you know how Sharia investment works. And if you want to invest in a Sharia compliant environment, you don't have access to this product. And to some degree, Vanguard make their own rules and say, okay, we don't believe that's kind of investable, so we don't do it. And if you don't like it, you can always move your account to Fidelity, and you could move your account to Schwab or wherever you want to trade. So,
all right. So, some people are going to believe in Bitcoin and offer it for those fees, and some places won't, and it'll take them some time to come around. Fox News is, an American, I don't even want to say quote unquote news agency, but a lot of people watch this channel, and it's broadcasted. I know when I take a trip down to Mexico and I'm in one of the resorts, I always see kind of them playing Fox News. They're talking more and more about gold. They're talking more and more about Bitcoin, and it's good to kind of hear mainstream news finally talking about crypto, right? Because I think for a long time we were shunned, we were pushed to the side. We were kind of said that this will never, these things will never have a place in the natural order of things. And it's been a big shift in kind of that conversation. And so I don't need to play the entire clip. I just want to play a little bit here.
Recently, Standard Charter, I think, is calling for Bitcoin to hit 150 this year.
Wow.
That sounds a little rich to me. I think you're more of a bull than I am. Make your case.
Well, I'm not going to say it's going to hit 150 this year. It very well could. I'll say this much, Bitcoin is finite, and so there's only so much of it. You lose your keys, you lose your crypto, so even that which is out there is probably a lot smaller than we understand right now. So the world is opening up right now with institutional money coming into these ETFs. And so instead of having to open up some random type of an account at Coinbase, you can do it through your brokerage. And so when we look at the supply and demand factor,
you see how he hit Coinbase there? Anyone notice that? Random account at Coinbase. He hit Coinbase.
Factors. Ultimately, April here is coming this halving time frame. So they can mine about 900 coins a day right now. That's going down to 450.
Good information.
And so we're already doing about double right now the sales or purchases on a day-to-day basis. And so as we get into this April 17th time frame here for halving, just basic supply and demand says prices are going to go higher.
All right, prices are going to go higher. You heard it there on Fox. All right, it's good to hear. So, if you weren't around in the bear market, we were getting tossed around by the SEC in the crypto market. Okay, the SEC is the Securities and Exchange Commission in the United States. They're the one who approve ETFs, but they have not been a very good stewardship over the crypto market, saying that everything in crypto are securities and over our purview. Now it looks like maybe there's some questions that need to be answered. The Financial Services Committee is hearing the SEC overreach, examining the need to reform. Starts at 10 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday. So this is tomorrow. This should be interesting. But it's great that we actually are having these conversations now. And, if the SEC were to open their arms to crypto and, maybe be part of the solution and help with regulation and some ideas, that might be a better day for us in the crypto market. And that's really what we're looking for. There's some stuff floating around about, cyber attacks and things like that. Always, make sure that your crypto is safe in a, some type of hardware wallet. This is not where I give you like a referral code. This is me just trying to tell you to make sure that your crypto is safe. Sometimes I use the same wallet. I'll be, I'm going to hit you here with some honesty, and this is something like I shouldn't be doing, but sometimes in the past I've used a same wallet that like my Zygames nodes were on, and I didn't realize I was using that same wallet. And so I've had to now just totally disconnect that wallet from any type of daily use. I only use that wallet to claim rewards on like I had like my Zygames, my Gala account is connected to that wallet, and a bunch of other node projects are connected to that one wallet. And I was using it randomly for something, and Lawrence, who's on my team, I deflect, said, "What are you doing, man?" He's like, "If you lose the, if you click on something you're not supposed to, we can't help you get your keys back." And that reminded me to stop using that wallet right now. And so, hey, I made the mistake. I'm gonna live up to it. All right. So the S&P, which is the stock market, right, just hit a biggest high. New record ahead of Federal Reserve's interest rate decision. So this is happening tomorrow. The Fed is basically, there's a tool where you can, see what the Fed's going to do. It doesn't seem like the Fed, I think there's a 99% chance that they are going to leave rates alone. Of course, there's always the 1% chance that they do. But, the markets are reacting pretty well to that news. Usually when you start dropping rates, usually means something's broken. And so if you can kind of continue with rates where they are, and it makes the markets feel like, hey, we're still good. Things are still rolling. So let's keep it going. So as you can see, the Dow Jones Industrial gained 320 points. I'm not an expert on stocks. I don't own too many stocks. I think I own like one or two stocks. And I'd have to double check on that. All right, so I want to talk to you about the NoChill chart, and I noticed something interesting here, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. So anytime NoChill has taken a serious dip, there has been this wallet that buys a shit ton of NoChill. And I believe this is the AVAX wallet that is buying NoChill. As you can see, each one of these places where you see a B on your screen here is a place where this wallet has come in and bought a lot of NoChill. You have 400 AVAX, 400 AVAX, 500 AVAX, 300 AVAX, 500 AVAX. This is AVAX, right? Because a random person would not be buying these amounts in these perfect orders, right? And we knew a long time ago, months ago, when NoChill was at $3 million or just under, that NoChill was 1 out of 4 projects that AVAX could invest in at that time. And when AVAX announced that they were going to invest in community coins, we took the criteria, we threw it in DEX tools, and we pulled up the information, and we looked at the screen and we said, what maybe is the best project that we could make the biggest gains on? And we, I personally jumped more into NoChill than I did into COQ, and there was like 1 or 2 other ones. One of them was from like 2 years ago, so I didn't think that was really going to be one that was going to be used. And the other one was, I couldn't take off the top of my head. I put the money into NoChill, most of it. And we learned out later that, yes, in fact, we were right, that AVAX was going to invest in a NoChill. And I convened that information to the community, and we knew maybe 3 or 4 weeks before AVAX actually said that they came out and actually said that they were investing into NoChill. We knew 3 or 4 weeks before that happened, maybe a little bit longer, that they were going to do it because we had some inside information. And that's part of being connected in crypto. If you know a lot of different people in the crypto industry, they give you a lot of information you probably shouldn't have, right? Because they're talking with project heads, and project heads are sharing information because they want to get these, KOLs or influencers on board, and a lot of information is passed my way. And I use that information to, help the community, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about you guys, and that I've taken some major hits on holding crypto projects and not selling, so you guys can get out. And I've lost a lot of money doing that on some projects that haven't gone our way. Nobody's perfect in the crypto industry, but we call it pretty good here in the Cryptonairz Discord. And I do think this wallet is related to AVAX. So as you can see, right, we were kind of, I'm trying to figure out where I sold here. I think this is, hold on, if this is 7 a.m. Yes. So this is kind of me selling this morning. This is me taking about 45 grand off the board. I just had too much money into NoChill. I had too much money. Okay. I wanted to rethink that position, so I did that. But I want to share this with you. If you're still into NoChill, just know I still have a decent bag of NoChill. If you really want to see what my bag of NoChill is, I will show you. I will show you what my bag of NoChill is, just because I want to be transparent with you, and I don't want you to think I'm leaving you. So let me go back to AVAX trade NoChill. Oh. Maybe we have to, hold on, let's make sure we're connected to the right thing here. NoChill, so I still have 63 grand in NoChill, okay? I still have 63 grand. So, it's me reallocating money, me trying to go to a safer place. Just wanted to share that with you, okay? So I haven't left you by the wayside. All right, let's keep it going because we have so much more to get through here today, guys. A lot of people have been asking me to look into this GPU.net. I am talking with the team. I'm trying to get you more information. I'm trying to bring them into the community for an AMA. We do have DYOR actually coming in on Monday, and this is actually going to be a big AMA. This is going to be a big AMA. Very big deal, okay? They'll be here on Monday. Let me see what time. I don't know if it's on the board just yet, but let me see here. No, I don't think it's on the board yet. It's not on the board yet. So we'll get on the board here very soon. I think it's at like 10:30 my time, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. So it should be 4:30 EST. But this will be a big deal, guys. So this is supposed to be like a DEX tools, a Uniswap, and there was one other tool that we use on the daily average. You know what? I have access to. You know what? I can't show it. I can't show it. I'll get in trouble. Anyways, this gentleman here, right here, is Brian Evans. He is working with Jet. Okay, and so I am in a group with this gentleman and Jet and a few other people, and I'm also in a chat with Do Your Own Research. Dex and Brian and Jet, and they shared this document with me, which is kind of like what they're sharing with, on the inside to, raise money and do some stuff. And this looks insane. This is one of the first projects that Wait actually released. And I think this is going to be truly an insane project, and we'll learn more about it on Monday when they're actually in here for an official AMA. But if you want, on Friday, they're going to do a Spaces with Wolf Finance on March 22nd at 12 p.m. Eastern time. That's a little early for me. This is like 6 a.m. for me, so I'm kind of just trying to roll out of bed, trying to shake off, the sleeping bugs. But anyways, if you want to take a look at this earlier than Monday, be my guest and go to this. You know that I've done hundreds of AMAs by now. I asked some pretty good questions, and I do like to take questions from the audience. Some people were sharing some interesting things with me. One of them is this tool where you can invest in meme coins before they actually even hit the market. Some of these projects don't even hit the market, so you have to be very careful. I'm not going to go through this with you because we went through this on Friday in that Sensei chat that was actually closed to the public. This one's open, and we do this one on YouTube. Fridays is actually closed to the community. It's when I share some more insider information. Is when I can kind of be more freely and talk more openly because it's not broadcasted live on YouTube. And so that was something that I shared, and so I wanted to bring that back up with you. There's also this Know Your Meme, where this kind of tracks the popular trends for meme tokens. So if you're investing in meme tokens, those are two really cool tools that you're going to like to know and want to use. And I shared it inside the Cryptonairz Discord. I know we're streaming live on YouTube, but if you want links to things that I share in this live chat, it is very hard for me to talk on YouTube and stream and talk in the Discord at the same time. I'm only one person. So, if you want to make your way from YouTube into the Discord, maybe that's always a good idea to get some good information. All right, so I was in a space earlier today with Finovant, BioFi, and this thing peaked up. What was this? Like over $4 million market cap, and we've come back down to 2.2. But what I want to tell you is that at this peak, right, we invested into BioFi. We've been invested in BioFi for a long time, right? But I called the bottom of BioFi in October, and I told you that I was investing a decent sum of money. I can't even pull it up on this chart because it's this is I'll pull it up on this chart. I know of some stuff that's happening in the BioFi ecosystem that will make this price. The information on CoinMarketCap is always wrong, so don't come here for that. But I just wanted to show you, like the true bottom was like right in this area, right in here. And this is where I was telling you that I was kind of doubling down and buying more BioFi. I was right here. And if you go back in the Discord, and I've showed you this in previous chats, that I said that like during this week that I was buying more BioFi, and I gave you the reasons for it. And this did a 20x because this was at like a below 250,000 market cap, and this went up to 4 million. That's a 16 to 20x basically is what we did on our money there. But I want to tell you that with the information that has been shared with me, if this actually happens, that what they're working on right now actually happens, it's going to be insane. It'll be insane. And I say that not just as, somebody that just likes to pump stuff up and pump my bags up. I'm saying it'll be insane for the community and the ecosystem and the people that have believed in this project for a long time. And I can't tell you what it is. I'm only like one of 4 or 5 people in the world that actually knows, outside of the attorneys and everybody else that's involved. But it's a big deal. And what they're trying to achieve here is not going to be easy. But if they're able to achieve it, it'll be a fantastic and great feat. And you will be thankful that you own BioFi at the time that this happens. So I can only warn you so many times that, a project is interesting to me and that I'm investing into something. And I give you my reasons why I'm investing into it, and you can ask me questions and we can have a long conversation about it. But at the end of the day, I'm here to make money. And I think at this time I invested about 10 grand. Currently that 10 grand's worth maybe about 150 grand, which isn't too insane. At 4 million, it was a little bit more insane because, you know, that was like 300 grand from 10 grand is a pretty big difference. The reason I'm talking that's a 30x number is because I staked all of those tokens when I bought them, and I already had like a year stake going on when I had bought those tokens, and so I just added more tokens onto that stake, and so that stake actually stops in I think in May or April this year. And I'll have an additional 13 to 17 million tokens on top of what I staked. So I'll be in the 70 million token range. 70 to 75 million tokens is what I'll have. And, you know, that could be insane. If this thing goes to a penny or 2 pennies, you know, I'll have turned, you know, 10, 12 grand, 15 grand investment into 7 figures. And that's what I'm here to do in the crypto market, make insane gains. And that's really what we're having fun in doing here. BioFi had this Spaces earlier today. We were in it. Oh, I was in it. I was trying to help out with some information. They went through ICASA. They went through CE testing for the phone. The phone is actually going into pre-sale now in production. It's pretty exciting. And so we'll see what the numbers are for this phone. If they can get this other partnership that I was kind of hinting at, that should really help with phone sales. That'll really help. It's not a phone company. It has to do with crypto. But anyways, let's keep it going. Turbo Battle Arena. I have been telling you in Alpha Sensei, which is a closed channel to non-paid members. Only paid members can see this channel. This is kind of where I'm sharing information that I need you to be paying attention to. And as you can see, like this was 2 days ago. This is 1 day ago. I know it says 1 day ago, but this is really, you know, it doesn't track the hours. So I was letting you know that this pre-sale was going to happen in this Twitter space. They always do a Twitter space and then they do the sale. This thing sold out in 2 minutes. So, you know, there's some really good tokens and projects that this Launchpad Wait is bringing to the table. And you know, I'm thankful to be working with these guys. You know, they're bringing some pretty insane games. This game actually it's been produced as a mobile game, Immutable X, and I think Amazon Web, some type of Amazon something, did like a pre-round investment into this project. And Wait, it's a Launchpad. You know, there's Launchpads like Seedify. You know, Seedify actually is a great Launchpad. They've had a lot of really amazing things happen. It's $258 million market cap. Okay, so you're not going to be able to buy as many tokens with Seedify and stake them. That's what you have to do with Launchpads. You buy the token, you stake the token, and you get access to these launches that these projects do. And so Wait is by Hourglass, and this is more like a community coin. You know, I had bought this token. I'll be totally straight with you. I bought this token at 15 million, staked it for a year. I don't care about where this token goes as far as if it goes higher, if it goes lower. What it does is it gets me access to these early rounds of seed investing is where like you're gonna make the most money in retail. And I wish when I got into crypto several years back that somebody told me that Launchpads were probably the best place for a new person in crypto to start. So I invested into Wait, the Wait token. My investment has lost a little bit of money. I don't care because what I'm doing is I'm investing, you know, 3-4 grand into these projects that Wait is pulling up. I'm putting max investments into these projects. And I do think that those investments will return a much higher revenue than what I could possibly make on some of these other projects. So that is my mindset. That is my process. That is what I am doing. If you want to see what I have staked, I will show you. I have no problem showing you this because at the end of the day, you know, some people are going to be more closed off than others. And I really think transparency is something that you have to have if you're especially going to run a crypto community. And so let me move this to the ETH network really quickly. And I will show you this really quickly and then we will move on. And I have staked for 360 days. I chose this option because it was a little bit better for me for points. Let me just refresh this. Let me copy and paste and refresh this real quick. Maybe I just needed to have Ethereum open when I did this. Sorry. But as you can see, here you go. I have 133,000 Wait staked. and I have 29,000 PowerPoints. So they do it kind of off these PowerPoints, and they're redoing this website and how all of this stuff works. And they're really taking what it was used to be a community coin and making it into something that I think actually has value, which is a Launchpad. And this Launchpad's at 10 million right now. And so what you do is you buy the token, you stake the weight token, and you get early access to launch. The more weight you have staked, the longer you stake, the more opportunity that you have, and the more that you can invest into some of these seed rounds. And before, it was a 1,000 token. You needed to have 1,000 tokens, which is basically about $110 right now. They've since raised that to 5,000 tokens, but if you're already grandfathered in at that lower price point, you're fine. You're still good. Obviously, Launchpads are a great place for people to start if they are new to crypto. So I wanted to just put that in front of you. I'm not going to get into what Turbo is. We've talked about this in previous chats, but this thing sold out flat in 2 minutes. So we're going to ride this. I did put a little bit of money into this morning. I actually had to, during the time that the pre-sale was going on, my dog actually had a seizure. And so I had to send a message to Jet, and they actually let me put a few $1,000s into this after the fact. Normally they don't do that kind of stuff, but there was extenuating circumstances, and I did tell the community that I was going to invest into this, and I didn't want to be kind of the person that says that they're going to get into something and then something happens in my life and I wasn't able to do it, and I wanted to be on that journey with you guys. So this was actually a project that was an incubation by Wait, and so they've worked on this for a very long time. I know they're very proud of this project, and so we'll see what type of returns come for these projects. And I'm always going to tell you when these launches are going to happen inside the paid side of the community. So if you're ready to go, we will go. If you're not signed up to the community and you want to get signed up, we are at $99 a month, and we've actually had more signups at the higher price point than we were at the lower price point. So we have a 5-day free trial. Sometimes people come in and we're not what they're looking for and they leave. Totally fine. But you will find out if you stick around and you start talking with people that have been here a long time, that have been in the community for a few years, that we are a very honest and open and friendly community, and we will help you grow in the crypto space. And we've got 46 reviews here, all at 5 stars. I will give you a link. Didn't mean to show my text messages there. It's always fun when I do that. I will give you a link if you want to. I don't want to click on the wrong thing here. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. I want to give people the link if they do want to get signed up to the community, an opportunity to do that. Let me just go in here and get you a link really quickly, and I will move on with my chat. I have a few other things I want to go over with you that are very important. You know what? Maybe JP or somebody else can go do this. Just provide a link down. I want to talk about a few other projects here that I want to talk to the community about. Anyways, BoxBet. I had a call with one of the people over at BoxBet, and I can tell you that what was told to me on the call was pretty insane, and they have a lot of stuff working in the background. I can't really be open about the call because I was told to kind of keep my mouth shut. So all I can tell you that BoxBet is available on Uniswap. Let me just pull this up for you. Right now, it's only available on Uniswap BXBT. I've only invested about $1,000 in this so far because I didn't know what the market was going to do. The market has gone down lower. I might put some more money into BoxBet just because, this is about 6 to 8 weeks away is what I was told. It's a big deal. A lot of stuff going on. They closed a round. They have some more money. They're spending that money on certain things. Those things are going to be hitting the market very soon over the next several weeks. And once those announcements start coming out, this could be a more lucrative token. So I'm probably going to invest anywhere. I have about $1,000 invested in this already. I might put another $2,000 into this, totaling about $3,000. I don't really love GambleFi as much as like AI and DPIN. But I'm, willing to take a chance off the information that was shared with me. This is really, you can only buy this on Uniswap right now. I know they're working to change that, and I know they're working to change a lot of things on this project. Right now, this is more of like a Telegram betting site where you kind of connect, your Telegram to this, and you can bet through this. But I do know that the changes that they're going through are going to be coming out very soon, and this is going to be a full. I wonder if I can share this. It's going to be a full-fledged casino. full-fledged. So if you've seen one of these different kind of, there's a lot of information I didn't share. So I guess if I get in trouble and get my hand slapped, I will deal with it. But I didn't sign an NDA, so if they want to come after me, it's fine. But this will be a full-fledged casino. And we do know that sometimes these bigger casinos that have all of these different games are more popular with people. And once they make this switch over and change this to, instead of just a Telegram betting place, it's actually a full-fledged casino, I do think this could be something a little bit more serious. So I wanted to share that information with you. Meme coins, guys, a lot of people like meme coins. Somebody told me that, Obama or Obama, I guess it's called, after Barack Obama, this was going to, go to the moon. Okay, I put maybe a few $100s worth of SOL into it, since lost money. So I don't know what the next big thing in crypto is, but I can tell you that any meme coin, you're going to get one opportunity to do numbers like this, and you better take that opportunity to cash out majority of your bags. I look to sell 80 to 90% of my position in the first few minutes of a meme coin release. Like if I'm up 1,000% or 2,000%, I'm cool, right? I'll get rid of most of it, and I'll keep moon bag just in case it's actually that 1% of meme coins that do make it. Maybe that's even giving that generously of 1%. It's probably much lower than that. That actually makes it to a full-fledged community project that goes into the billions. So just be careful with memes. Chainlink at price levels in their BTC pairs is just a great opportunity. Very happy to be purchasing, right? We were talking about Chainlink just years ago, but more recently in the last 6 months, had a really nice top here. It's come back down here on the BTC pair chart. I think this is still an opportunity for people. Chainlink is connected to a lot of different things in the crypto space, and so anyways, let's continue. World debt is crossing $225 trillion. People ask me how something like an XRP could get to a high value. If you digitize all of this debt and put it onto the blockchain, that's how you go to a really stupid price really quickly, right? If you go to 30 billion to 225 trillion in market cap, because that's what happens when you add debt, real estate, tokenization of assets. When you add that to certain blockchains, that blockchain becomes more valuable because those assets are now on that blockchain. Okay. That is how something like XRP, XLM, that's really where their real value is going to come into over the next several years, right? Anyways, this is a great tweet about, some different projects, talking about Gunzilla Games, Aether. We talked about Aether a long time ago. G3, Block, just different crypto gamings. So I'll post this if anyone wants to check this tweet out. I'm not going to go through all of these different projects. That would just take a while. But we did tell you about Aether in the pre-sale, like months before this actually even had a pre-sale. This did kind of go to 25 cents. And I think the pre-sale that people were able to get into was like 2 cents. So this did a really, really great return for people. But they're continuing to build. They're continuing to grow. They always ask me to share tweets and different things. Since our community did, some of the people in our community did get this information early, got signed up to a certain, this was all done through like CDFI and a few other ones. So you had to actually join those to get access to this. But those people that did get access to this, I know made some money. So congrats to them. Stellar, it's a monumental day as we extend a warm welcome to all builders on the Stellar mainnet. Sorbonne is smart contracts platform on Stellar is now live. This is a big deal, right? Smart contracts are a key to any blockchain, right? You got to really have smart contracts. And that's really what, I think Stellar and the XRP ledger was lacking. And, if you want developers to build products on your blockchain, you're going to need to be able to offer them an easy solution to do that. And I think that's what someone like if you look at Solana, that's what they've done. They've really figured out how to make it extremely cheap and easy to launch smart contracts. And so it's really nice to see that, that this happened on Stellar. BRICS member Russia has passed a new digital finance assets or DFA to help fight the dollar dominance. We've seen this for a long time, and my view if you watch my YouTube channel on reserve currency. I just don't think, Brazil, Russia, India, China, or South Africa, each one of those countries is in a place right now to have their currency used as a reserve currency. I will share my thoughts and my details with you really quickly. China is currently in a major recession. I watch some video clips about what's going on with the manufacturing in China, and people cannot find jobs in China. There's a lot of young people that cannot find jobs. And if you're over 40 in China or over 35 in China, you're not going to be able to find a job at all, right? So the manufacturing hub of the world is in a recession. What does that tell you about the rest of the world, right? We know that the Eurozone, most countries in the Eurozone are in a recession. Russia, I couldn't really tell you what's going to happen in Russia. I know there's a conflict going on with parts of the world with Russia, but I don't think that's going to be used as a reserve currency, not currently as the way it is. Of course, India is making some power moves. A lot of stuff's going on in Brazil and South Africa. A lot of developments are going on in South Africa and the Rand, but I just don't think those currencies are quite where they need to be considered world reserve currencies, right? And so I still think the US dollar is still the currency that most countries want to use by doing trade, or they're forced to use with trade. And so I do think that over time that this, if there was a digital currency that all of these countries could trust and use, that stored value very well, that the protocol was used on a massive level, that is really where a high price for these assets could come into. And that's really what we're hoping as we look at this information. But currently where this stands, I think dollar dominance stays where it is for quite a few years to come. Will the US dollar always reign supreme? No, I don't think so. I think there's going to be a digital asset that will take its place. I don't think it'll be Bitcoin. Banks and institutions can't use Bitcoin to send to and from each other. It doesn't have KYC, it doesn't have AML. KYC is know your customer. AML is anti-money laundering. There's also, terrorism finance checks that has to be done, sanctions checks that have to be done when you send a transaction from a bank to a bank. And none of that can happen on Bitcoin. Banks are going to need something to use that'll be digital, that'll be used on a massive scale. And if you watch my YouTube channel, you know what my thoughts are on XRP, and that's my biggest. That's my token of choice that I think will be adopted. Looking at Delicium, guys, Delicium. We actually had Delicium in here for an AMA last year. It was basically a full year from now, right? So back kind of like right in here is when we had Delicium in. And it was kind of like right in here. And I was told you that I was buying Delicium nodes. I told you why I was buying Delicium nodes. And man, this, Delicium just took off, right? This thing went from being, 5 cents to being almost 70 cents really quickly, 67 cents. And I still think it has some room to grow. Would I be investing into the Delicium right now today? I think there are some other assets that might have better growth. But if you were in the community a long time ago, we went through this AMA, you have the same opportunity as I had. I bought 6 Delicium nodes for 12 grand. In this pump, I claimed and I sold some tokens. I got back, I'd already gotten back my original investment before this, but made some nice money, made some decent money, and those nodes are printing. I mean, at $1, I would make like $3 grand a month, right? With the current payout. It's nothing extensive. So at this current price, I'm making like $1,500 a month off a 10 grand investment. Hey, that's nice, right? I'm getting paid back. This took a little bit more time than my other node investments, but I'm happy to see that this is done well. It's good for the people that joined me on this journey, and I think it'll be great for Delicium in the future. Beam, built on Beam. This is actually officially Merit Circle that turned into Beam. We were telling you back to that, once this turned from Merit Circle to Beam, that this was a good buying opportunity down in this area. Rayon was tweeting about it. QNT was talking about it in the community. If you got into Beam when they were talking to you about it below half a penny, and this thing went up to almost 4.5 cents, that's a nice return, right? That's a nice return. If you're still holding on to Beam, I still think it has a long way to go. I think it has a lot of development ahead of it. So I don't think the music stopped quite necessarily for Beam. This thing has gone up 520% overall. In the past year, this has gone up just 521%. So good gain still, even if you just, kind of cashed out today, or, if you're still holding on, I think it's still a great opportunity. NVIDIA has announced the X800 series designed for a massive scale AI. And I have this video for you.
The world.
Here you go.
208 billion transistors, and so you could see, I can see, there's a small line between two dies. This is the first time two dies have abutted like this together in such a way that the two dies think it's one chip. There's 10 terabytes of data between it, 10 terabytes per second, so that these two sides of the Blackwell chip have no clue which side they're on. There's no memory locality issues, no cache issues. It's just one giant chip. And so when we were told that Blackwell's ambitions were beyond the limits of physics, the engineer said, so what? And so this is what happened. And so this is the Blackwell chip.
All right, so now you have NVIDIA coming out with the new AI chip that's going to supercharge AI. And so that's why I keep telling you that deep in AI are the narratives that you should really be focused on. Of course, crypto gaming, we've talked about this for months on end. There's great opportunities, a lot of opportunities we've shown you. But this AI narrative is still supercharged. And people are looking to get into anything that really has AI on it. Obviously, you want to get into legitimate projects surrounding AI. And so, we share information all the time on new AI projects in the paid section of the community and a little bit in the non-paid. But, if you really want to take advantage of the community, it really is on the paid side. And I know that kind of sucks for the people that and we're trying to get more things to the free side, and we're working on that. Trust me, every single day. I know not everybody has $99 a month to join a community of like-minded people, but there is, we're more connected than we were in the last bull market. In the last bull market, we had 1,800 members. So to see where we are today, I think right now we're at about 400 members, which is really good. I'm very happy about that. But the more members that come in and all help each other, that's more people looking for more opportunities. That's more money that the company is making that I can hire more researchers, and we can offer you a better product. And that's what I try to do every single day, is offer you a better product, which is more information at a quicker scale. Veracity, this is, VRA. I think JP is bullish on VRA long term. That and Velo. I know he's bullish on Velo. But VRA has been building in the bear market just a ton. They kind of switched from this gaming side to this now Vera Ads, right? Vera Ads products in the market are utilized by publishers to stop ad fraud and increase brand revenue. This results in such much as 5x publisher revenues by using Veracity product suite. Our marketing team is discussing with over 200 targeted publishers and closing them. And so, do I think VRA is a good opportunity now? I do. I do still think VRA's opportunity. And this thing had an all-time high of 86 cents in the last bull market. They really are not where they used to be. They have been building and shifting their mindset and shifting to what they think is a more reliable product. And I still think this is a great opportunity. And so this is on a downtrend right here. Like I said, I'm not a TA expert, so find a good opportunity. Veracity is something that you like. I think this definitely could hit $1 billion market cap, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Excuse me. Rayon wanted me to share this with you. Castle Blackwater, COBE, IDO instructions. Looks like they're going to have an IDO on CDeFi, Avalanche, and Neo Launch, right? I think Neo Launch is that Neo Tokyo. And also looks like they're part of the Beam and Merit Circle. So that it looks like they're a Beam and Merit Circle incubator project. And this is coming up on the 26th of March. Okay, so if you are staking these tokens, you could participate. You might want to go out and learn a little bit about this game. I know Rayon's been sharing this inside, but this is just a reminder. Scalia Infrastructure reward system. They just built out this reward system. Within our aggregator, we can introduce a dedicated reward section that empowers scale holders to earn rewards through staking. Stake your Scale tokens and enjoy sustainable annual yield from the Scale ecosystem. So if you are into staking and getting those rewards, and you do have this token, this is now up for the ability to stake. I shared this in a Sensei chat last week, and people kind of, some members really wanted to get more information about Twin protocol, and I'm actually setting up an appointment to sit down with the Twin team here very soon. They're actually in my DMs this morning, and they wanted my Calendly link. So Twin protocol is by the Ajax team, and I played this in Friday's chat, and I just want to bring this kind of to your attention if you didn't know that this is being worked on. This is going to be kind of insane. And there's this video down here. It's 6 minutes long. I'm not going to play the video. Everything's running slow on my computer because I have 1,500 tabs open. But where is that video? Maybe they took that video down. Oh, no, it's right here. Sorry, it didn't load. There it is right here. There's a 6-minute video here about the founder of Ajax kind of talking about what Twin Protocol is, why it's cutting edge, why this is their one of their next products, right? And they have a ton of products that they're building. Let me just show you this, right? They have a ton of different things. Oh, excuse me, didn't want to quite do that. But Singularity is working on all these different, more ecosystem projects. So they have a lot of other stuff that they're building. This is just one of the ecosystems that's going to be coming out very soon. And I'm going to be working to do my best to try to get Cryptonairz members information and bring these guys in for an AMA and talk with these guys and see what we can do to work with each other. But Ajax, I mean, if you wanted to know AIGX, we were talking about this in the bear market. This has done pretty insane numbers. It's kind of easy for me to say that we talked about this a year ago and it's, went up this amount. But, we were reminding you that, in October and December when the market started really heating up again, where we were reminding you about some of these AI tokens. And, Ajax has been brought up a lot. And this really took off kind of right on this 212 period here. So this is, maybe about 9 weeks ago is really when this thing kind of took off. And you can see this thing went to $1.40, kind of came back down, sitting at 99 cents, but still $1.27 billion market cap. So if you're able to somehow get into Twin Protocol early and get a good price on it, this thing could do some pretty insane returns. And I'm going to be working hard with their team to try to get Cryptonairz members early access to be able to invest in this protocol. So I'll do my best. Obviously, I cannot confirm or tell you that anything is exact in the crypto space. Everything's always changing, but I'm going to work really hard to do what I can for my members and my community. Somebody sent me a message that this token is going to be the next Pepe or whatever, $6 million market cap. They told me this morning. This is funny. I just want to show you this, right? I was told this morning that this is going to be the next Pepe. This was like $6 million market cap, and it's gone down almost $2 million market cap since this person told me this. But I don't know anything about. I don't really spend a lot of money on meme coins. Like that NoChill position that I showed you with $100,000 in NoChill, like that was an unusual position for me to have in a meme token, and it was just too much. It was too much money to have in something that I didn't think really had meme tokens will always have, they're always or will be around, right? But what happens with meme tokens is the investors jump from one token to another. They're there for those quick gains and they jump from one token to another. And unless you really have a strong community and a team that just puts out memes and spaces and AMAs, and they're trying to do something with the token, these tokens are gonna just die out, right? And so I haven't put any money into this project. I wanted to learn a little bit about this. I was just sent this, before I was, while I was trying to set up this chat, and I just thought it was kind of funny that this has gone down about $1.5 million in market cap since the person told me that this was going to be the next Pepe. I could be eating these words in 2 months from now once this goes to $1 billion market cap. I have no idea, but I don't know. I'll go into my DGen section in the community. I'll ask if anyone's heard of this token, and maybe I'll get some more information from my community members, and we'll go from there. There's a few other things. No, I can't share this with you. I think that's where I will end the chat here live streaming on YouTube. I'm going to sit down and talk with the community members. If you joined me on YouTube, I just want to I'm sure people are just leaving now. I just want to see what the numbers are. I'm sure it's like 10 people. But let me just kind of see here. 36 watching. I appreciate each and every one of you that are on YouTube watching the space. Sorry that I couldn't be there to talk today. I promise you that I will set up my other laptop next to me next time I do this on next Tuesday, and I will be there more patiently to talk with you. But thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna cut off now, and I'm gonna just talk with the community live in the Discord. If you want to join the Discord free, you can there's a link down in the description of this video live on YouTube. You can join and come into this chat that I'm still going to be doing, and just going to be talking with the community about different things that they want to talk about and answering some questions. Thank you so much for the opportunity to grow and learn with you every day in the crypto space. Later, YouTube. Ciao. All right, now that we're not